Hold on to your tokes, Canada, because things just got real. On March 4, 2025, President Trump decided that the best way to celebrate National Grammar Day was to obliterate any semblance of proper trade relations. He slapped a hefty 25% tariff on imports from Canada and Mexico. You know, those countries we're supposedly friends with. Apparently friendship has a price, and that price is apparently 25%. This move came as a shock to absolutely no one familiar with Trump's America First rhetoric. It's essentially the international trade equivalent of yelling at your neighbor's dog for barking too loud. Except in this case, the dog is Canada, and instead of barking, it's quietly being awesome and providing us with things like lumber and maple syrup. And Mexico, well, they're just trying to enjoy their delicious tacos while we keep eyeing their avocados with envy. Trump claims these tariffs are necessary to protect American jobs, but really, it's like trying to put out a fire with gasoline. Economists are already predicting this will lead to higher prices for American consumers and businesses. And let's not forget the inevitable retaliation from Canada and Mexico. Remember that whole trade war with China? Yeah, get ready for round 2, this time with countries we actually share a continent with. Justin Trudeau, Canada's usually mild-mannered Prime Minister, responded to Trump's tariffs with the diplomatic equivalent of a polite yet firm, "Oh, it is on." Canada announced retaliatory tariffs on over $100 billion worth of U.S. goods. That's right, America. Prepare to pay more for your ketchup chips and Tim Hortons coffee. Trudeau didn't mince words when he called the trade war dumb. He accused Trump of trying to destabilize the Canadian economy for some nefarious, possibly annexation-related scheme. And let's be honest with Trump, you can never rule that out. He once called Trudeau two-faced, but the irony seemed lost on him. Maybe someone should introduce him to the concept of a mirror. But here's the thing, Trudeau isn't just going to take this lying down. Canada is challenging the tariffs at the World Trade Organization, WTO. They're also planning to use the USMCA trade agreement, which, ironically, Trump himself signed. It's like watching a toddler break something and then throw a tantrum when told they have to clean it up. Economists predict that this trade war will hit consumers and businesses on both sides of the border harder than a moose in a china shop. Prices on everyday goods are expected to skyrocket. Imagine paying $10 for a head of lettuce or $5 for a single avocado. Guacamole, anyone? More like goodbye, acamole. And it's not just North America feeling the heat. Mexico and China have both condemned Trump's tariffs and promised their own retaliatory measures. Mexico is expected to announce specific measures soon, while China has already imposed tariffs on U.S. farm exports and expanded export controls on U.S. companies. It seems like everyone is lining up to give the U.S. economy a good old-fashioned spanking. The global backlash to Trump's trade war is a clear sign that the rest of the world is fed up with his antics. It's like watching a group project where one person refuses to cooperate and then tries to take all the credit. Eventually, even the quiet kid who sits in the back of the class is going to snap and tell them to knock it off. As if a trade war wasn't enough drama for 1 week, Canada is also gearing up for a change in leadership. Trudeau is stepping down as Prime Minister after the Liberal Party chooses a new leader. It's like trying to change captains in the middle of a hurricane. Adding fuel to the fire is Ontario Premier Doug Ford. Ford, known for his own unique brand of Trumpian politics, has threatened to cut off electricity exports to the U.S. if the tariffs aren't lifted. Ontario supplies power to millions of U.S. homes. It seems even within Canada there's no shortage of political maneuvering when it comes to dealing with Trump's trade war. The trade war with the U.S. couldn't have come at a worse time for Canada. With a new Prime Minister about to take office and regional leaders like Ford playing their own hand, it remains to be seen how Canada will navigate this turbulent period. One thing's for sure, things are about to get interesting. And by interesting, I mean potentially disastrous.